That is one powerful fan. All right, I'm going to be checking out and maybe reviewing this. I'll have a link down below of the Honeywell air cooler. They have several different models, and this one is meant to be used on the indoors. The outdoors ones is a lot more expensive because it actually has some sort of UV grade protection on the outside so that it is more weatherproof. But this one should be able to do pretty much the same thing as the outside one on the inside. So definitely going to be checking this out. It's not something that you can easily pick up at a local retailer, for instance. Okay, so what we have here, service guarantee information and remote control. Looks like it arrived in pretty good condition. If I could just get that up. This is where I can put, this is the top of the unit. So it looks like it has a swing option, the cool option, the power has 3 different speeds. It's got a timer that is good for 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours, 8 hours, and different modes. Normal mode, meaning probably a normal fan. Natural, it just basically speeds it up and slows it down, kind of try to emulate the breeze. And a sleep mode, so that it basically runs the fan really quiet, and hopefully it doesn't wake you up or it doesn't keep you awake. I know some people like sleeping with the fan noise. I'm really not that type of person. I prefer it dead quiet if possible. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and drag this guy out. Now, this thing's really big. It's got 2 handles on the side. Here we go. It is definitely bigger, like bigger than I anticipated. Wow. So it's got some loops here, which looks like, oh, there we go. Maybe I gotta adjust that. Yeah, I gotta adjust that via the remote console. The water chamber is usually way in the bottom, and this one refills here from the side. Yep, right here. I see the filter media in here that is technically replaceable. A little bit difficult to do it, and a place to hang the remote control. This feels relatively cheaply put together, but I guess it'll do the job. That's it. It's basically a big box that has a pump. It takes AAA batteries. It has a pump. Pumps the water up through there and puts it down through this filter media, which I'll show you a little bit closer. Over here, see that in there? That's the filter media. And depending on how well this thing performs, that's pretty much how well cooling performance you can get in terms of that and the distribution of the water. And this is where I guess I can control the flow from minimum to max. Oh, here we go. Just basically how much flow of water. And then this is how it spreads the water down through the filter media down through here. So the idea is also you throw in some ice cubes in here that should also help cooling. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna fill it up with water. This is straight up tap water. Ideally, if you could use distilled water, that'd be even better. So one thing that I really like about seeing this particular unit is that the opening for filling the water seems to be really big and much easier to fill than my previous unit, which actually I need a special container to go ahead and fill. So that's one positive thing about it. All right, probably good to do a quick little test. Plug the guy in, nice beefy cable. And what do we have here? Reproductive warnings. That's something that's required in California. And yep, hear a little beep. Just gonna power this on. Press the speed button here. Press the power button here. Wow. Okay, the fan is very powerful. Let's try sleep mode. All right, guys. This is definitely a little bit loud, but man, does that fan blow. That fan really blows. Okay, I like that. Let's try the swinging option. Does this basically swing left to right? Yep. So the swinging option swings left to right. That's a positive. That's way more powerful than I thought it would be. But we'll see how well it works once you put the water in. Yeah, that's a really powerful fan. Okay. Now I'm gonna pour the water down in this chamber. Okay, there we go. Now inside here, there's a, this lets you know what the minimum water level is supposed to be at and a maximum level. I read some reviews saying that this could be a little bit off. So maybe I'll also gauge to take a quick little peek in there to see what we're at. And looks like I need to add even more water to it. Now, one thing I've noticed is that, okay, looking up here, well, this is super bright, just not very good. Here's the remote control sensor, by the way. Let's see, turning it on, putting on a cool mode. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I just turned that on. So you see how this water is now flowing down into these holes? That's what's spreading the cooling media all across the edges. So where the patent becomes important for the other unit was that it had a fanning spreading so that it levels out how the water goes down. So you'll basically want to use this on a level surface to get the best results. Level basically this way, because you want to even it out. You want water to flow throughout every single one of these. Now when this thing gets low, apparently there's also a sensor down below that also starts beeping, which is very annoying. So if you fall asleep, make sure you fill up with a bunch of water before you continue. And then I can then put in a bunch of ice up here as well to help further cool the unit down. So unfortunately, it seems right now during my test, this is not a quiet cooler by any stretch of means of imagination whatsoever. That's typically true with a lot of these cooling devices though. So I'm not gonna hold it too far against it, but if you don't like the sound of running water, it is more quiet at maximum flow, all right? Now, you turn it down to minimum water flow, and now you hear that sound. If you want it really quiet, you turn it on to maximum water flow, and that literally just means how much water is flowing out of these pumps and distributing amongst these little holes. So you need to get more distribution at the maximum setting. You get really loud at the minimum setting, so keep it somewhere in between, and you should be okay. There. So I have here a Seek thermal imaging camera. And you can see the ambient temperature is 77, 78 degrees. What's coming out of here is 69 degrees. So that is probably a good 10 degrees cooler than the ambient air that's going in. So this is not quite an AC unit, obviously, but you're going to feel a 10-degree difference. You're going from 77, 78 degrees, 76, well, it depends on where I'm pointing this at, right? Outdoors, it is about 80 degrees right now, and with the cool air that's coming out, it's at 67, and that's just with water and a little bit of electricity. So this is primarily what we're going to be using in a nice big space, or you need the cross flow of the windows coming in because you want a constant supply of dry air coming through. So whatever's coming in from outside, it's going to help. If you have a really big space like what we have here in a really type of open floor plan where it's like close to 1,000 square feet, it probably isn't going to matter too much whether you open the windows as much as it would be when you are in a bedroom that is basically 100 square feet. You're going to feel it right away. It's going to be very humid in there, and you don't want that. So you're going to want to open the window too. So first impressions, I'm really impressed by what Honeywell is able to do. You know, they basically overcame the problem with the patented water flow coming out by just basically having powerful pumps, a really powerful fan, and an ice chest. It feels really cheap, but it does the job, and it really doesn't need to be super over-engineered. If you want a super over-engineered one though, the outdoor model costs quite a bit more. We're talking about a couple hundred more in some markets. This one, I'll have a link down below, check it out. I think it's worthwhile. It has a 1-year warranty. I don't just buy it with a credit card that doubles your warranty. I think 2 years is pretty good for what you might get in a price range. Plus, the maximum that this will use is 250 watts at any given time. That's on maximum, and that really blows. Like, it is a very, very powerful fan. Almost feels industrial on high. Low, it feels like it's already high on different models. So with the power usage that this has being very minimal, this is a much more economical choice versus turning on the AC for the entire house. All right, thanks for watching. This is my quick first impressions review of the Honeywell portable air cooler, evaporative air cooler. If you're interested in this product, please check out my link down below. I'd appreciate it. I get a small commission if you purchase anything through my link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps to keep the bills paid for here. Thanks for watching. Bye.